Since I changed up my system, I've been running into tiny things all over the place, and I just have been recording with no audio. Sorry about that. So I was just saying that I had a conversation with my wife. Thought it'd be could make a spreadsheet to track the kids' chores and stuff like that. And then I was like, instead of doing that, why don't I build an entire different application? So that's where I use clearance usually for auth. So let's just go and set that up. Actually, this should be able to be done indexing. Let's see if that runs now. Can't find executable for man. Let's see if that works now. Development. All right, let's see if that's working. And it is. It's on 5,000. That's weird. That's something to look into. That's fine then. All right. So for this, we are going to want to bundle add clearance. We might as well kill the server since we're not going to be using that. Or we have to reset that up. And we're going to do Rails generate clearance install to get it set up. And we're going to just follow the instructions. So in our environment, development, this is with our mailer. We'll throw that in. I know it's 3,000. I'm going to fix that later on, so that's fine. And in our test, we're going to do the same. All right, in our layout, we're just going to copy this in for now. And we're going to add the flash to it. And we're going to DB migrate this. All right. So if we go to sign in, that's not going to work. Why are you not working? Localhost to my that's weird. All right. So that's all looking good. I'm going to want to add to yarn. So we do a yarn add. What is that? Tailwind CSS / forms. And in our tailwind, if I get this right, we'll see. Plugins require. This is at tailwind. Cool. Okay. That gets us something started. So sign up. We're going to do email admin at example.com. And no, I'll use password. All right. So that all looks good. Okay, let's commit this. Okay. So what's the idea here? The idea here is that you have your user account, you have your user, you have a membership and an account. Inside of that account, you will have kids. Inside the kid, they're going to have their profile, they're going to have transactions. That's going to list out all of the money that they've earned, or the coins and such that they've earned. You're going to have activities associated with that. So that's kind of where we're going. So let's kind of build that out. So actually, I'm going to set up our spec. Oop. So that's our spec Rails. And we'll install that. And generate our spec install. And while that's doing that, I'm going to hop into that gem file. And I'm going to grab clearance. I'm going to bring that up. And I'm going to put our spec Rails into the test and development. In here, we want the sign-in helper. That's in clearance, sorry. Rails helper require that. All right, so it should be able to do that, which means I should now be able to go Rails G our spec feature. So for this, I want to make a feature called, I'm calling it kids. I don't know. Kids is probably fine. Oh, I also want factory bot. All right, so let's go back and where are you? Let's have a kid spec. All right. Create kid. All right, so for this we want to sign in. So actually we want to visit the root path as create user. And this eventually is going to be with an account, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I'm going to click on kids, click on So when I make a kid, they're going to have fill in name with Zach. That's my kid's name. What else do we need to know about him? I think that's it. So click on save. Save kid. Expect page.to have content. Zach. Are we gonna have a flash? Do we flash? When we're a bit later, it's gonna be toast or something like that. All right, let's see if we've got this all wired up, and it should fail. Capybara. That's not set up yet. It is not. All right, bundle add capybara. And that will be in here. Let's try running that again. Let's see what happens. All right, so factory bot is missing. So we are in factory. Yep. If you're to include the factory bot method, yep. I do want to do that. All right, so so this is going to basically give us some helper methods. So this is going to be factorybot.rb, and we'll load that, and I think, yeah, we're going to want to require that here. Factory not registered user. No, it is not. So let's do that. Factor ease. This would be users.rb. Actually, I normally have this automatically made. Is there a thing for that? Projects IRL Game users. Where is it? Get that from? That's weird. Oh, jeez. Rails G. Were you screaming at me about that? Rails G factory bot model. All right, user, great. All right, let's try running that again. Email is invalid, email can't be blank, passwords can't be blank. No, they cannot. Sequence, email, and I'm going to do Undefined method root path. Of course there isn't. So let's actually split side by side so we can kind of work on the two things. Or see what we're working on. All right. So, oh yeah, I forgot about up. Okay. So, I actually want to, in clearance, I want to put a constraint on some of these. All right, so most of these actually only going to be yeah. So the signed in by default is going to go to actually no, I'm going to not worry about it for right now. I'll probably end up doing one for an admin, but that's about it. Okay, so for this, I'm going to be having the root go to, so if you're signed in, the root's going to go to the dashboard feed action. See, I was expecting that error. All right, so let's try that again. So we're gonna make dashboards controller. Not quite sure why this is not giving me errors, but all right, so now we're going to make in here, so we do want to have a link to so we're going to be using internationalization for stuff, but we're going to make a thing that's going to add kid, and this is going to the new kid path. Now we might be getting somewhere. Okay. All right. So resources, kids. All right. Right. So in here, we actually don't want to do that. We want to have, we want to be going to the kids path. Go to root, click on kids, click on add kid. Kids dot, so what are we going to do this? Kids dot title. So for the routes, we are going to start off with our index. All right, so we need to make that locales, and there's going to be kids.en.yaml. kids. Don't worry, this isn't giving me an actual error for those. It's kind of weird. All right, so now we can link to the kids.add link new kid path. And actually, if I go into, oh yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. If I go into the environments test, if I go to I18N, raise on missing translations, that's why it's not yelling at me. Kids add link. And missing the name. All right, so we're going to want to do the new.html.erb, and we're going to be wanting the form.html.erb. That's pretty much standard. So here we are going to render form, and we'll be passing it in a kid, which is the kid. All right, so what's going on here is we don't have that kid being made. All right, so we're gonna make a new kid, and this is now gonna start yelling at us. We don't have any children. Turns out Rails G model kid, and they're gonna have a name. Yeah, let's leave it with that for now. Now let's see what's going on here. Kids. We're going to want to make this into a sequence. Move that. We'll do validations later. But we do want to say name, and the null is false for that. And we didn't migrate. So we have create kid. I don't like that terminology. So it is, if I remember, helpers, Submit kid create. Let's see if this is right. Yay. Save kid. I think that spec is wrong. That doesn't seem right. Click on save. It's because it's clicking on save kid and immediately it still sees the Zach there. So I actually do need to have that flash. Space. We can kill this JavaScript now. I just wanted to see what was going on, make sure I wasn't being crazy. Specifying text saved, it did not. And that's because we're not saving it. What? So we're going to want to redirect to the kids path. So this so far is just regular Railsy stuff. What am I doing for my flash? Flash.each key value flash key booger. What are the default? What are you saying? Post get. Oh. Yeah, it's weird that I'm not getting those errors. I'm gonna actually have them all, so let's just go. Kids, authenticity, kid, name, Zach, commit, save, dooba. Notice save, what is it? Rails default flash keys. Notice alert error. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that saved. Boop. All right. Okay, and it's not seeing kids because in here we need to do kids equals kid.all quid.order name. Yeah, looks good. And for our index, we are gonna do a render. We're gonna do the partial kids slash what am I calling that? Kid profile. Missing kid profile.html.erb. Of course. We can actually take that JavaScript off again. All right, so in here we want to do a tag.div. ID is going to be DOM ID of the kid. And it's going to be their profile. And in here we're just going to spit out their name. Kid.name. We're going to do more fancy stuff on this later, but text bold or whatever. And that's because we need in here as kid. It's looking for the kid profile variable because it's named after the thing by default. All right, so if we look here, this is what we're seeing. So we get text bold, kid profile 1, beautiful. That all looks good. And it's gonna be the font bold, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's actually take that off. Okay, so we can grade kid. That's enough to all right, let's take a quick look through factory bot, spec helper stuff, Rails helper stuff, kid spec, make a kid, clearance. Let's clean that up slightly. Selenium is going to go up here with these guys. And that looks good. We've got our database, creating a kid. Translations form. Cool. All right, so this is basically set up. So I'm going to go in here and go into Zach, Timothy, and Miles. Those are my kids. Okay, so next thing I need to do is look at making an account. I'm just thinking I want to drive at a test for this. All right. right, so in here, if we do user equals create user, we want to do kid equals, we want to be able to create a kid. So we want to do user with account. So in here we're going to do kid, and we're going to go account is going to be user dot accounts dot first, and kid other kid, and we'll have my kid equals create kid account is create account. So another account, and then if I visit the kid's path as user, then I expect page to have content my kid name, and I expect page not to have content other kid name. Trait not registered with account. Nope, it is not. All right, trait with account, and in here, I think I can just do account. All right, so now it's complaining about that account because accounts don't exist. And actually, I need to have the membership as well. All right, so let's make the account Rails G model account. The name. All right. So the name is a sequence. And it's going to be account. And so account has many users, but those are going to be coming through memberships. And so it's going to have many memberships. Name null is false on that. And also that means that our user model has many memberships. Are we going to have different types of memberships? I think we will. As many accounts. All right. And now it's going to yell at us about new stuff. Undefined amount. Method account equals. With account. Oh, because I don't have. Yep. That's not the way to do that. And I always forget how to do that. So with account is actually going to be a, if we're going to make a thing with an account, I have to do a membership with account. I think that's the right syntax there. Let me pull up all my other projects and pull that because I always forget it. Let's do a new window, and in here. All right, so I am looking in the spec factories. That's not going to give it to me. Does this have a with account? Yep. There we go. So after, so trait with account. So after create, do user.accounts is create account. All right. And now it's going to complain about membership. Missing class model membership. Yep. Rails G membership user references count references. This is probably going to end up having roles and some other stuff on it, but for now, that's good. I seem I do my code right, anyways. All right. No, false, foreign key, true. Yep, that all seems reasonable. And let's migrate that. And let's try running it again. See where we get now. Unknown key, null. Did I do it on there instead of on the migrate? Yeah, I didn't need to do that there. I don't know what it's doing. Great kid. Kids do not have an account. They need an account. Add reference kids account, null is false, foreign key is true. Yep. Now this is gonna not work because I don't have a my thing because I just had some kids and they're gonna blow up. I would normally want to do a better migration on that, but I don't really need to for right now. All right. So kid.new, kid account equals current account. And that's going to be something that doesn't exist yet. Okay, so for right now, what I'm going to do is just put that into the so we're going to do that for now. Ooh, where is that coming from? Kids controller. Kid spec. That's because we don't have that first account. So here's where we're going to want to do with account. Ooh, okay. That's coming from where? Let's make sure that's so the accounts from accounts where memberships and membership ID and membership.user ID equals 9. And it does get a first account right there. Do clearance not get hub clearance. Oh, I might not have the warden. There we go. So that is in config environments test. Okay, this here is what makes the as user work without needing to jump through all the sign-in process. All right, we're back in business. So now it's complaining that it doesn't have that relationship, which it doesn't, so that makes sense. Belongs to account. User dot accounts dot first. And where is that puts coming from? All right, and now it's complaining because we're seeing all the kids, which makes sense. So in index, we want to have current count dot kids, and kids doesn't is not a relationship, so we can go has many kids. Undefined method kids. Yep, That's because I put on the wrong thing. All right. All right, so I'm going to go on here and I'm going to make John's account and a membership. One. All right, so inside the kids, we've got Zachary. No, I've installed stuff and I need to kill my server. Why are you not loading? This is weird. I'm just checking my email. All right. So this here is all working on the test side of things. Over here, why can't I load stuff? All right, there it goes. Okay. Agree. Timothy. Miles. Great. Okay. And if we take a look, I should be seeing kids and the counts. Great. Let's take a peek. So you have membership. I need to remove that. That's good. That's working. Yep. All right, so this is really only half key thing we have right now. Well, that's fine. We don't need to worry about the multi-account support, and we are manually creating it, which is not great. We should be doing something else there. So at this point, I want to make like a menu. Well, so we've got users. So let's actually make the public dashboard. So Rails gr spec feature dashboard. All right. Okay. We don't want to be able to view a dashboard. We want to be able to create a link to a dashboard. So in here, we're going to do a user, let's create user with account. We're going to visit root path. Yeah, we didn't go anywhere crazy with that. Root path as user. So I don't think we're actually going to be using the user for anything else. So we just won't keep it around. All right, so we're going to go to the root path. We're going to click on dashboards. We're going to click on the create dashboard link. And we're going to expect page. So when we create a link, we're going to give it a name. So we're going to go fill in name with my link. We're going to click on, what do we use? Save kid. So save link. We're expect the page to have content success, and expect the page to have link, my link. All right, so we don't have a dashboard link. Okay. So in here, we're going to make a new application directory. We're going to do, I don't know, call this menu. All right, so this is going to have the link to, and this is going to have, nope, this is going to have the, so the feeds has that, so we're going to pull that out and bring it over here, and we're going to have dash boards going to the dashboards path. And the feed, we're not going to be doing that anymore. Oh, well, we'll leave it in there. Actually, no, this is going to end up going into the dashboard path isn't real. Yep. Routes. We're actually going to end up doing all of them, so we'll just leave that. Probably get yelled at for translation. Perfect. Like getting the errors I expect. Dashboards. I'll probably have to rename that to something different. This shouldn't be dashboards. This should be dashboard links. Yeah. So with that change, this is going to be dashboard links.title dashboard links path. All right. Well, I don't think I'm done for today, but I think I'm going to take a stop. Kind of where we're at, and get back at it in a little bit. But yeah, I'll be around. I'll keep working on it soon. All right.